Historically, the Ipswich River was a very productive river. In fact, the river's original name, Agawam, is a Native American term meaning place where fishes of passage resorted, which is indicative of the prior abundance of migratory fish.
The town was founded in 1634. In 1637, that's only 3 years after the founding, the Select Board gave Richard Saltonstall the right to build a grist mill just over there, and he would mill all the flour for the town in it. But to have a grist mill or any sort of mill, you need a dam. So he built the first dam in the town in 1637, probably one of the earliest in the state.
There's high restoration value for removal of the Ipswich Mills Dam. Not only would removal restore migratory fish habitat and ecological health back to the river, but would have additional wide-ranging benefits.
The fish that we're targeting for restoration in the Ipswich River, in particular river herring, the American shad, American eels, they've been living in pure salt water, in some cases for 4 years straight since they were born. They are, for the first time in 4 years, returning from 32 parts per thousand salt water and making their way into pure fresh water.
So the way that dams impact water quality is that they slow the water, and that causes the river to stagnate. And when that happens, the concentration of dissolved oxygen in the water goes down, and then also water temperature goes up. That can be challenging for species that depend on free-flowing water and high water quality. So when you remove the dam, the temperature of the river improves, and the concentration of dissolved oxygen, which fish rely on, goes back up again.
The fish that come out of the Ipswich River or any of our coastal rivers, the babies are born in the springtime, and often if you stand at a location like this on the edge of a river in the fall and late summer, you can actually see schools of thousands, if not tens of thousands, of baby juvenile river herring and shad, if you're on a shad river, out migrating. And if I'm out recreationally fishing off Ipswich or off Gloucester or Rockport, I'm looking sometimes for those schools of baby river herring.
Raisins.
Raisins?
It sounds bizarre, this recipe, but it is fantastic. About a tablespoon of honey. I'd say it's about a tablespoon, right?
We might have run out of gas. Wait a minute.
You'll get gas after this, I'll tell you.
Keep cooking, buddy.
Ginger snaps. It's unbelievable. You can put them in a paper bag and whack them with a roller. I generally just do this because they're gonna break up a bit.
Isn't this wild? Yes.
Ginger snaps?
Yeah, but it'll be good. It'll be good. Look at this. Look at that.
Hope the camera lady can follow that, huh?
It's camera person.
Camera person, excuse me. Excuse me. Take a sniff of that aroma. They're unique.
I like that.
I know.
I really do.
Now we're into a new group of things, and they are the Lindy, the Mambo, and Chaz. So we're going to get right off to demonstrating, and this is our first song. I hope it plays as well as it's sounded before.
You got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows.
Here's a Lindy.
Life is a gamble,
A Lindy.
we all play, but you need to save something for a rainy day. You got to learn.
Okay, let's find out what it was that we were doing. It starts off, this is Ace in the Hole, with a fan. We haven't done that, but it's just out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. And then we're going to...
Try it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes daily, or more if you wish. Increases space between you and the monkey on your shoulder. But it pretty much allows you to take a little more control of your life. And sometimes that makes all the difference. Practice following your compassion into action. So remember, walking humbly with your God stirs your human compassion. We are humans and we have deep feeling when we allow ourselves to be unguarded. And we will move with that compassion and concern into action. So this updated picture here, of course, has happened in the last few days. There are that many people out there with their masks, having Black Lives Matter rallies, and I went to one on yesterday afternoon in Portsmouth, and it's an experience to be with others and a common cause that is obviously, in this case, they're always worthy. Not everyone jumps on board, not everyone approves, but it's completing the way. You start again with going deep and walking with your God.
Good afternoon, Ipswich. My name is Tony Marino. I'm your town manager, and we're here to give another update on what's going on during this COVID-19 pandemic. This week, it's all about town meeting. We are excited to pull off our first outdoor town meeting. As we've stated before, we're calling it an historic town meeting here in historic Ipswich. It will be held out behind the tennis courts at the high school on the grass field there. The tent company, today being Wednesday, the tent company is coming tomorrow, Thursday, to set up, and we've got all the audiovisual equipment in place, and we also have a company called Turning Technologies is coming out to provide the electronic clickers. So again, just to reiterate, it's this coming Saturday, June 27th at 9 a.m. I'd recommend trying to get there by probably 8 or 8:15 because we anticipate with the different checking sites that it might take a little longer. Some of our surrounding towns have already had these town meetings and they did experience a little longer check-in time. So we want to make sure we can try to start as close to 9 a.m. as possible. So please feel free to get there a little early to check in. When you get there, there'll be, when you first pull in off of 1A, there's a parking lot there as you go to the back on the left-hand side. You can pull in there if you want to park and go in the tent. That's where the check-in station will be. If you want to park and you stay in your car and attend the meeting and take over the local radio station, which is 87.9, you will pull into the over by the football field, the entrance to the parking lot over there. So those are your two options, and they'll be clearly marked and identified. We've ordered all the proper signage, and we'll have check-in stations at both spots. But those are your two options. You can either stay in your car. You'll be spaced out in the parking lot about 5 feet apart, so you can roll your windows down. Right now, the weather looks like it'll be about 80 degrees and partly cloudy, but it is a few days out, so that's always subject to change here in New England. But we're anticipating a successful event. It is only 13 articles, all budget related, and the town moderator will guide us through that. There won't be a traditional setup. Only the chairs of the committees will be up at the tables. You'll have the chair of the school committee, chair of select board, and then the chair of FinCom. And then the town moderator and town clerk will be up on the stage, and the other table will consist of the tech from Turning Technologies to handle the electronic voting and the clickers. And then I'll be up there along with our town council, George Hall. So then everybody else will be in the audience, in the first couple of rows, the other committee members and staff members and things like that. So we're excited for it. Again, it's this Saturday. We'll also be sending out a reverse 911 on Friday to remind everybody, but it'll be this Saturday, June 27th at 9 a.m. We got to hit, right now, a 200-person quorum, so we're asking everybody to please show up. We're excited to do it and keep the town going and make sure we get the town's business done. Colleen Furman could not be here today, so I'm going to quickly give her a health update. She had some training she had to attend. So right now, we're still holding steady. Ipswich has 71 cases since last March. We only have one case currently under isolation. There have been no...
Hello, everybody. So nice to see you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You are welcome. Thank you for sending home and get a ball, especially Dad. Your dad is here. you. Oh my goodness.
Mrs. Dubé.
The memories, the memories.
Whoa.
Nice to see you. Oh my gosh, thank you. So nice to see you. Oh my goodness, thank you for stopping.
I'll take it.
Of course.